Hello students, welcome back. Today's video is for class 8 and we're going to start with a new lesson, that is Anne Bakes a Cake by Lucy Montgomery. Let us look into some of the life and work of Lucy Montgomery. Lucy Montgomery is a Canadian author best known for a series of novels that began in 1809 with Anne of Green Gables. The book was an immediate success, and Shirley, an orphan girl, made Montgomery famous in her lifetime and gave her an international following. So this story is about a girl, an orphan girl, who is named as Anne Shirley, because of whom Lucy Montgomery achieved a lot of success and fame. Let us look at the background of the lesson. Anne Bakes a Cake is adapted from Anne of Green Gables by Allan Montgomery. It is a classic novel published in 1908. It has been translated into at least 36 languages and has sold more than 50 million copies, making it one of the best-selling books worldwide. In writing the novel, Montgomery was inspired by the notes she had made as a young girl about a couple who were mistakenly sent an orphan girl wherein they had requested for a boy, yet decided to keep her with them. She drew upon her own childhood experiences in rural Prince Edward Island, Canada. Let us look at the characters that Lucy Montgomery presents before us in the lesson. Marilla is the one who takes care of the protagonist, Anne. She is Matthew's sister, an ostrich but a fair woman who has the glimmering of sense of humor. Her life has been colorless and without joy until the arrival of Anne. She tries to instill discipline in the child, but grows to love Anne's vivacity and joy. So she believes that she needs to instill in her all the moral values. Hence, she's quite strict with her. At the same time, she loves her the most and she accepts all her flaws and faults. Now, there is a slight difference or contrast between the way Marilla and Mrs. Anne takes care of Anne, or their affection towards Anne. Marilla is quite strict, whereas Mrs. Allan is very loving towards Anne. Mrs. Allan seems to know children better. She accepts the child with what he or she is. As a teacher, she lets people ask questions and does not get irritated when they are too curious to know things. She appreciates Anne's efforts. So she is a teacher and she's come to the place where Anne lives, and she accepts all her faults. She loves her as much as Marilla does. Now let's come to the protagonist of the lesson, that is Anne. She is an imaginative girl, very talkative, red-haired. She's orphan Anne who came to live with Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert at the age of 11. Anne is very sensitive and dislikes the color of her hair. Anne's bleak early childhood was spent being shuttled from orphanage to foster homes, caring for younger children. She is excited to finally have a real home at Green Gables. Okay, so Anne is orphan, she doesn't now have parents, hence she would live in orphanage, and from there she was often moved on to the foster homes where she was asked to take care of the small children. So finally, when, although by mistake, she's been sent to Matthew and Marilla, she's very happy that she's finally got a home to stay. So these are the three important characters that have been presented before us by Lucy Montgomery. Let's now focus on the plot summary. Students, if you have read the lesson, you will understand how Anne plays an important role in the life of Marilla. Also, Marilla has an important role to play in Anne's life as much as Mrs. Allan has. Now, beginning of the chapter, the lesson starts with the new minister and his wife, that is Mr. and Mrs. Allan, who come as a young couple to bring Gables in to stay there. Now, Anne, as a student of the school where Mrs. Allan, is a teacher, she falls in love with the way she treats the children, the students. And she likes her so much that she wants to invite her to her place, to Marilla's house for tea. And all the people living in Green Gables have invited her. Therefore, she's even more curious to get her to her house and to serve her or to make her feel special. And falls in love with Mrs. Allan, who is a kind-hearted person, a very loving teacher. And adopted by Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, does not feel that she comes from a different background altogether, although her childhood was not as special or as beautiful as the other children had, but she feels like home living with Matthew and Marilla. Marilla plans to invite Mrs. Allan and Mr. Allan to tea on a Wednesday, and now Anne is very happy about it, and she wants to do a lot of things to please or to make Mr. and Mrs. Allan feel special. So Anne wants to bake cake for Mrs. Allan, and she requests Marilla if she could, bake cake. Marilla lets her bake layer cake. She's very good at baking, hence Marilla gives her the permission to bake cake, or rather permits her to bake cake. And enjoys preparing all the preparations and tells the entire thing to her friend Diana. She tells her how many dishes were prepared or what the preparations were like, what she has planned for Mr. and Mrs. Allan. So she's very excited to have them in her house. Despite having cold, Anne bakes a beautiful cake. So she's not well yet. She wants to give it her best and bake cake for Mrs. Allan and Mr. Allan. Now, Mrs. Allan is very impressed with the kind of preparation that Marilla and especially Anne has made, the preparations and the floral decoration that Anne has presented for her or made for her. Mrs. Allan took a bite of the cake that Anne had made or baked, and when she has the bite, she makes a weird expression. Now, Anne is not aware about what is happening and why she made that expression. She not even noticed that expression, whereas Marilla is quite observant and she notices Mrs. Allan making that weird expression. Therefore, what she does is she also takes a chunk of cake and she tries to taste it. And she reacts to it in such a way that Anne feels really upset. She is very disappointed. What she has done is Marilla, when she tastes it and found it horrible, she shouts at Anne. And she gets to know that Anne had used anodyne element, that is a pain relief, which was stored in the bottle of vanilla essence. So while making cake, instead of using vanilla essence, by mistake Anne uses a pain reliever, a medicine which is obviously not poisonous, but it spoils the taste of the cake. So Anne gets very upset and she runs from the dining room to her bedroom. She keeps crying, weeping about the mistake that she had done. She hears someone entering her bedroom and she assumes that it is Marilla, and she tells her about how pathetic she feels, how horrible she feels for doing such a silly mistake, and that she's gotten so used to making mistakes that she's fed up of the mistakes she's made, and of course the one that she's made on that day, that is using medicine instead of vanilla essence. She feels that she could never be able to face this disgrace, and she feels like everyone in her school would tease her. Now, what happens is she doesn't realize that it was not Marilla who entered her room, but it was Mrs. Allan, and therefore when she turns around, she's surprised to see Mrs. Allan in her bedroom. Mrs. Allan, instead of shouting at her, She tries to be really calm. She is so loving as a person that she helps her get over the embarrassment by asking her to show the garden. She makes her understand that mistakes are part and parcel of every individual's life, and we tend to make mistakes. But what is more important is when you realize your mistake and try to overcome your flaws. Anne is aware of her disabilities, abilities, what she can do, what she's best at, and where she tends to make mistakes. And she knows that she keeps making mistakes, but her positive attitude towards life helps her to be thankful that she never repeats those mistakes. So she has this quality in her that once she realizes that she's done a mistake, she doesn't repeat that mistake again. So that is one thing in her that everyone appreciates. And only hopes that she will run out of mistakes someday. So she is optimistic, but due to all the mistakes she makes, she only wishes that one day she would run out of all the mistakes that she's made or she would make in future. So this is the story of Anne and the episode when she bakes cake for Mrs. Allan, who is a teacher whom she loves a lot and she wants to make her feel special. So students, I hope you've understood this lesson. This lesson is basically about an episode of Anne and Mrs. Allan where they try to help each other, where Mrs. Allan tries to help Anne to overcome her flaws and makes her feel that she's special in whatever way she is and whatever she does. And those mistakes that she makes is something that everyone else makes, and the good thing in her is she realizes her mistakes and she tries not to repeat them again. So this was about the story Anne Bakes a Cake. Students, I hope you have understood the explanation. Please read the lesson and try to solve the questions that are given at the end of the lesson. Thank you.